Texans family, did you know on this day, October 16th, the Texans defeated the Baltimore Ravens in a crushing defeat to set them on target to win their first ever AFC South championship in 2011. A little fact about the Texans history. I'm Lance Hayes.
And I'm Jeremy Anajula.
It's Sports Social Live. Let's get it. I'm Lance Hayes at Sports Social Live. We are rolling, and the Texans are stopping people. We're tops dropping, knocking them out. I'm happy with what's going on. What you think, big dog?
Yeah, man. 5-1. We hadn't been 5-1, I think, since 2011 or 2012 when we had that year where we actually could have won, but got TJ Yates in the playoffs and all of that. So,
Bro,
man,
he was running for his life in that playoff game.
Yeah,
but dog was running. I feel bad for him. He was running for his life.
We still could have won. Jacoby held us.
Yeah, Jacoby held, and then he go to the Baltimore Ravens. He go to the Ravens and go crazy. But rest in peace, big dog. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
dog. Yeah. So we're coming off a great victory, a statement victory that we needed over the Patriots. We never really beat them this bad. How you feel about that?
And for one, we never beat them in Foxborough. We were 0-7 coming into that game. So now we got the first one. The only way to go on the streak is to get the first one.
Right.
But they played good on both sides of the ball. The offense came out and really had a good rhythm on the first couple of drives, and then some of the mistakes start to happen. And I think it's just what D'Amico called the lulls. You get a little comfortable in what you're doing, and you're seeing you can handle this team pretty easily, and you're not as focused. So we come out on the third drive, miss a field goal, and come back on the fourth drive, throw a pick, then a 3-and-out, while the defense was still playing pretty stout. Stingley got burnt on that 140-yard pass to end the half, but came back out in the second half, put the pedal back to the metal. And, man, I can't say enough good things about the defense. The front four was getting there without pressure. They actually did better only sending 4 than they did sending 5 or more against the Patriots. So that's a big shout-out to Will Anderson, big shout-out to Daniil, big shout-out to Mario Edwards Jr., Fatukasi, and the whole gang. Even Dylan Horton got in there and got some action, man. So it was a great team effort. Complimentary football. Townsend was booting that thing, except for one punt that was like a 35-yard.
Yeah, because people was getting on his head.
Yeah,
he was on time. You was about to get cut, big dog. That's why.
Yeah, he was putting that thing up there. He had 2 punts that were over 5 seconds of hang time, and so I think the punt team, them boys weren't ready for that for the distance he was putting on it. So he kind of outkicked the coverage, but, seeing that he's able to do that is a good sign. That can be a weapon going forward.
Yeah, I totally agree. And what I did like is that we controlled the turnover margin. It was in our favor. I also like our first down efficiency. It was good. I think that Bobby Slowick listened to everybody. I think he listened to the team. Kind of got out there. We maintained a good first down pass ratio, which had been something that we hadn't been doing earlier in the season. The run game, of course, we had the 2 big runs of the game and a pretty decent run game. Outside of that, I'm okay with what was going on there in offense. I'm okay with how the line was blocking. They did what they had to do. Actually, what we talked about, they put their hands in the ground and they did what they had to do against a game New England Patriots defense. I think people forget that the front 7 for the New England Patriots, they weren't bad. It's just they're gamers, and it's the NFL, and they were making people work for their money.
For sure. They they held. Granted, Tua didn't play, but all of that speed in Miami, they held them to 15 points. And against the Texans, they game planned against stopping the run. A lot of folks are saying, if you take away the 2 big runs, the one by Mixon and the one by Pierce, they didn't really do much. But when the team got 8 in the box, that 3.2 yards is it. That's how you pop those big runs. You have to do the grinding to, those 2 and 3 yard runs to be able to hit that 20 plus yard run. So I think the Texans offensive line did a good job of blocking it up. Jared Mayo is a good coach, good defensive coach. So, and they got Kyle Duggar back too at safety, who is outstanding safety. He could be an All-Pro.
Yeah, I like what they did defensively. I mean, they were facing a real solid team. So I think the standard and the bar is a little bit higher when we're talking about the Texans. And I think that a lot of Texans fans aren't used to being in this position. I feel like I'm a winner. So if we have a good team, I'm going to say, hey, let's put this bar a little bit higher. And I hope, and just up on Texans Twitter, we have to do better, Texans Twitter. We're a weird set of fans, and we need to act like we've been there before. And you and I both working from the sports social. Sports social. Wait, I messed up our Sports Social TV Twitter account, X account, and we both see everybody kind of just chiming in on that. And come on now, we got to be better. Texas Twitter, there's some weird fans out there. Anyway,
Houston is a tough city to impress, man.
Tough to impress. Like people calling for saying that Will Anderson Jr. should have been doing this. It's the NFL, man. He's a top impression. Like, come on, dog. People getting hurt. I don't know. It's weird. But back to the game. What I did like about the game, and we talked about it, every game since our 11 penalty game, the Texans have decreased the penalties. In this game, they had about 4 penalties for 38 yards. You can't beat that with a stick. That's below the league average right there as well.
Right.
Can't beat that.
Yeah, man. It's discipline and focus.
Right.
Honestly, we've been in some games. We played teams that we know we could beat.
Right.
And when you're doing that, you kind of lose focus and attention to detail. But I think shout out to the coaching. They getting on their head, whether it's with fines or I don't know if they're doing the stairs once they get to the pros, but they do hit them pocketbooks for the
Tunsil ain't doing none of that.
Yeah.
Tunsil ain't doing none of that. Buddy, we lucky if we get them on a Friday practice. As long as you make them good.
So, they're doing a good job of paying attention to detail and focusing, and they're showing.
Right. I think Bobby stayed away from the extra cute stuff. He tried a little bit, but it seems like he kind of limited the cute stuff and just went for true football playing and just getting after it. And I think that was what was good about the team. And you could tell they played with a little bit more confidence. I think Joe Mixon being back in the mix,
Big Joe,
it changed everything. And then you had Dameon Pierce back out. It was good to see the flash of what we've been waiting for from Dameon Pierce. I don't know. I hope he keeps it up.
Man, Dameon Pierce and Joe Mixon is thunder and thunder. I'm going to just say that. Dameon is a little faster once he gets into the open field than Joe is, a little more loose than Joe is. But, man, bro, they changed the running style and simplified it for Dameon Pierce, too. And so, they're doing a lot of the toss plays, a lot of the power plays where he could just get downhill and not have to think as much. And so I like it. I think it's a good change of pace. That's a better running style for Shaq Mason and Titus Howard. I like Blake Fisher a lot. I know people were saying he was getting handled when he had to step in.
That was his first game.
But you see him. You see him when he got a whole game to play.
When he got a whole game.
Blake Fisher tough.
Hey, Buddy's locked in. And back to Shaq Mason. You cannot say, everybody has to look at, he was trash for them first 3.5 games, and he had flashes in the second half of the Vikings game, I believe. But he was playing terribly. I don't know what it was. It looked like he didn't have any hips, and he was just old and outdated. But I like what I'm seeing from Shaq Mason out there. The line, for what it's worth, the line has been playing some good football, and I'm happy with what's going on. And it seems like they're able to stay a little. They came out this game relatively healthy, based on all reports. So I'm okay with what's going on in the line.
Yeah, and they not getting beat by the elementary stunts up front. Like I know, it was a sack where the safety came in free, but he came from depth. It was a good play call. Like I said, Gerard Mayo is a good defensive coach. You know, it was a free runner, and yeah, could they have gotten their head up and got him? Possibly, but I mean, when you got a guy coming from 9 yards back, you're not counting him in your blitz pickup. So it was just a good play and not necessarily a mess up on the O-line.
Yeah, I'm happy with what's going on, to be honest with you. I'm cool with the game. I'm glad it was a statement victory. Definitely surprised me with it didn't surprise me that we were able to score because I knew we were always able to score, but it surprised me that we did it in such a fashion. The 21 points. It also, I don't know if Drake May surprised me. Did he surprise you?
Nah, Drake May surprised me because, you know, I watch a lot of ACC football being over here in Atlanta. And he's athletic, man. He can spin it. He's not polished. You know, I think he can be what they pump Josh Allen up to be. You know, like this high level passer. Like he really does have passing talent. I'm on record saying that I don't think Josh Allen is an elite passer. He's a great athlete. You know, he's decent. He can hit you with a deep ball here and there. But I think Drake May has the arm talent to make some accurate throws, not only down the field, but in the mid-range game and the short routes, put some touch on balls. Things like that. Pause.
You beat me to it. Hey, but I can honestly say that as a spectator but a Texans fan, an AFC fan, period, I think Drake May is going to be one of those guys that's going to be around for a long time. And if you're a Patriots fan, you have nothing to be worried about if he's there. I think that was a solid first game. You can't be mad at what he put out with that product that he put out there on the field. The dude was running for his life confidently, though. Can't be mad at that. So I can't say the Texans played a basic rookie. It wasn't like they were playing just a trash rookie quarterback. He was actually pretty solid and standing in a pocket. Speaking of that, let's transition a little bit more. Hey, we have somebody that might be out of pocket. Mario out and the big dog Autry back in. So let's talk about that and the impact that will have on our team. What are your thoughts?
Man, honestly, the way that the whole defensive line has been playing is just a next man up kind of thing. I mean, Tim Sedler Jr., Fadakowski, Mario held it down, but with Mario coming out and Danico Autry coming in, it's an upgrade, really. I mean, he's a better defensive lineman than Mario. Well, we'll see. We haven't seen him in the regular season this year, but man, Autry had 10 sacks last year. He has pass rushing ability, and he's pretty stout in the run game. He got that old man strength. You know what I'm saying? He got that Melvin strength. Hey, look, come here, baby boy.
that put you in chokehold.
Yeah, he got the Melvin strength. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but so man, I'm looking forward to seeing Autry play. I hate that Mario got to go out because I would love to be a 6-man rotation at defensive line. But I'm interested to see Autry get a lot of snaps.
I want to see what he's gonna bring, man. Like it's tough to say what he's bringing to the team, but I do know that we weren't doing bad with Tim Settle, Fudakowski. I was okay with that rotation right there. So if Autry has any semblance of what he was doing previously before, I mean, god dang. It's about to be crazy because that's all we needed was a half step more push, 1 or 2 more plays, and then you have those more Will Anderson Jr. sacks, more Hunter sacks. So this is gonna be crazy. And imagine what Aziz and the linebacking core can do when those holes get opened up and they're able to fly in and attack the ball.
I think he would demand more of a double team in the run game than Tim Settle and Mario Edwards demand, just because of his strength and his ability to shed blockers in the run game. Man. So he'll eat up more blocks than they do.
We need him this week, though. We gonna need him this week. The way the way that Love can kill the seam and those crossing, we're gonna have to work this week, and
Yeah, yeah.
I'm excited to see what he's able to do. If he's, I haven't gotten a clear thing if he's going to play this week. They say he's given a 1 week. The Texans were given a 1 week extension, roster extension. So I don't know what exactly. We haven't gotten official word that he's playing. I know Texas Twitter posted Autry's back, but I don't know what the likelihood of him playing is. But hopefully, they granted a 1-game roster exemption for D'Amico Autry after he was reinstated from reserve and suspended list and made the other roster moves.
Okay.
So
I mean, even if he doesn't play, we got Kurt Hinish back as well. That's another forgotten guy. He's a big body, in the run game. So
and he was doing well when he was in there too. So yeah, we're rolling. I mean, that kind of, I think what D'Amico is relying on to make up for that our defensive backs being injured, hurt. He's relying on that front seven to get out there and pressure. And that's going to give us that half step with our DBs, even though sometimes we don't even need it. But I know for sure in safety, it's giving us that half step to make up for that lack there. Surprised we haven't made any roster moves in the DB area, but I think he's okay.
They're confident with the guys they got, man. You know, they brought these guys in. They've seen them from the offseason workout to now, and I'm pleased with that. If you're saying we got everything we need on this roster to be successful, and it's been successful. We're 5-1.
Right.
You know, they didn't go and make crazy moves at cornerback when Lassiter went out. They just bumped up a guy who's been there since training camp.
Right.
And he played the entire game.
And he got
they didn't make any crazy roster moves when Jimmy Ward went out. They just brought in a guy who was already there.
Right.
You know, wide receiver.
Even at tight end.
Tight end.
You know? Quinton or whatever his name is.
Let's just see, man. It's a 53-man roster for a reason. Everybody has to contribute. Maybe not in the same way, but you know, that's what winning teams do. You got to have depth. It's a game of attrition, and I mean Mario going out, and we were replacing him with somebody who can produce. Now I would like to see the line completely healthy and all together. With Hunter, Autry, Will Anderson Jr., and I like Tim Settle as a pass rushing defensive lineman.
Yeah.
Or even throw in Dylan Horton, go NASCAR like the Giants used to do when they had Osi Umenyiora, Michael Strahan, Pierre Paul. You know what I'm saying?
Three-finger P.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Had that little NASCAR, that all pass rushing front four and not have to blitz and can drop 7 back. That's what beat Brady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we can do that. Looking at, you know, if we want to be the team we want to be, playing the Ravens in the playoffs and the Chiefs in the playoffs for the championship, being able to have that type of versatility, man, that'll put us up there. So I would like to see all of them guys healthy together and see what D'Amico can think up.
I do want to see them healthy. I know it's going to be tough, especially with how we play ball. It's going to be kind of tough, but I think we're close as we can get to it. And we have a bye week coming up. I think a lot of people forget that there is a bye week in our future. So getting to this next 4-game stretch, getting through it, I think will be a testament to the team. But we have a bye week in the middle of this 4-game stretch that is to our benefit. The Patriots game was to our benefit because it was a confidence booster. You came out relatively healthy, and you're going into a tough Green Bay game on the road.
Frozen tundra in Lambeau Field.
Tundra. And a ball club coming off of a bye week too. So they're going to be pumping and jumping, man. These guys, they're going to be pumping and jumping. I definitely expect them to be hitting on all cylinders. And they're a solidly coached team, so I don't see why they'll come out half-stepping. So to see what D'Amico plans for this, I don't know if we're going to go out run and gun. We know we have a 2-headed monster receiver. We know we got that big dog and the big dogs, hopefully dogs, plural, with Pierce in the backfield.
Yep.
I'm just waiting to see these tight ends come all alive a little bit, man. That's what about these tight ends? I want it, but I'm not. It's like we're not getting it each week.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of the issue is I know Dalton Schultz is getting a lot of heat right now, but Dalton Schultz is blocking a lot. You know,
Right.
he's having to chip a lot. He's not getting free releases, and that's because the offensive line hadn't played as well as we would have liked them to play. But I do think the tight ends that get involved more, especially with CJ Stroud being able to diagnose and go through his progressions a lot faster. Um, like you put up on the screen, the Packers look ahead. They have some of the best safeties in the game, so they're going to be too high up, and then that's when the tight ends can really eat in the seams and have those two beaters. So I look forward, and then with the running game going now, that play action boot with the tight end dragging across, you know, that gets open when you bring them linebackers down a little bit, and it'll make it a lot easier for the tight ends to get open and make plays.
Yeah, I think we have the tight ends to do it. You have Stover, you have Schultz, so you have these big guy, athletic guys to do it.
Yeah.
Once those guys start kicking, it's gonna be something special to see. Also, the fans calling for Mechie, man. I don't think they'll ever be happy, man.
Man, look, Mechie. Man, this is the thing, man. Mechie's like, you know, like the girl that you seen freshman year in college who was bad, you know, and then you ain't really see her no more. She was out the cut, and then she just show up around graduation time, and she's still bad, but you don't know what she got going on, man. You was gone, you know what I'm saying? She might, you know, you don't know what she got going. She might got two baby daddies that's at the Walls unit at this point. You know what I'm saying? So, but Mechie, you know, he was a big talent in college, and you kind of want to see him. I mean, look at the history of Alabama wide receivers. You know, from Julio Jones to Amari Cooper to, I mean, Calvin Ridley is a big talent in the league. So, I mean, Devontae Smith, you know, you get one of them guys, you want to see if he can be a dude, and I understand that, but you know, man, look, he ain't on the field for a reason. The coaching staff has showed you they would put whoever on the field that's producing.
And this was his time to, man. But I'm okay with what we got. That two-headed monster working. Hey, Tank Dell, that's that man. That dude is
Tank Dell,
Buddy playing with confidence, running his routes crisp. I mean, there was a couple plays where he was running wide open, but you know, CJ had to work and make other throws.
Yeah, pressure. And also, man, I think Seth Payne, I was listening to the radio, and Seth Payne was saying at sometimes you couldn't tell the difference between Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs. Like, you know, Tank doesn't have the take the top off the defense ability that Stephon had at that juncture in his career, you know, 2-3 years in. But Tank Dell, route running is amazing. He creates space with his routes. I mean, like he a bad boy, man. He a bad boy.
Yeah, I like what we're doing. I think Bobby could put a little bit more faith on. He had the faith, but the best abilities availability, Tank Dell got hurt.
Yeah.
Right now we're getting to see it, and I'm happy that they're building that confidence in Diggs, Dell, and Hutch getting active. I'm a Hutch fan. I don't know why.
I'm a Hutch fan too. He didn't do as much as I thought he would do in this game, but
he did the dirty work though. He did the dirty work. He was blocking.
Oh yeah. No, he was blocking.
He was doing the dirty work.
Look, I'm happy with Hutch. I want my boy to get some stats though. You know what I'm saying?
I do too.
He can't beat the man coverage as easy as Steph and Tank.
No.
I mean, they just better players, and the Patriots defensive backs. Gonzo get a lot of love, but I mean, all their defensive backs are sticky.
Right,
they're some sticky guys, man.
But he one of those crossing routes and chipping, box out. Get
Yeah.
Dell over. That's what we need. I'm okay with it. Let's roll.
Yeah, no, I'm okay
Let's
with it, man.
roll.
I like Hutch. I want him to get more time, man.
Man, and in that going back to that Packers look ahead, I see the Packers. They're gonna have to figure out a way to figure just Diggs. You got Dell. You're gonna have these tight ends. I'm okay with the Texans going with a 2 tight end set. Let's do that. Let's make them work. Let's see how we can work because we have the 2 receivers. We got 2 tight ends. Yeah. Let's see if they can really mess with us. Oh, by the way, we can hit Mixon or Pierce in a zone 1-step cut up the field. Let's go 2 Ted on them. Let's make them work because
they put Mixon on a pitch count. He was on load management, so he didn't even really carry the ball that much in the second half. Yeah. So he gonna have fresh legs coming out there in Lambeau, and it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, I want to see some. Let's get some footers in there, man. Let's make some footer football, and let's look at the Lambeau Field weather, the Green Bay weather this weekend. What you think it's gonna be, dog? What's the over?
I think it's gonna by kickoff. It's probably gonna be in the low 50s.
You think the low 50s?
Yeah, they're gonna be in the low 50s. It's a noon game, isn't it?
It's a noon game. Yeah, my stuff is in. Oh, I got this Japanese thing. Yeah, you got 22, 23 degree, 74. They're high 74 in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Okay. So, them boys about to get some. They about to. It's about to be bad.
It's been 90 degrees in Houston every day.
Hey, CJ back in the Midwest.
Yeah.
His shoulder's gonna be working out there, dog.
Yeah, but man.
We just need them to stay focused for the Packers, and I think that's the biggest deal. This game was a confidence builder. The Packers game is going to be one of those games where you going into there rolling, and there's going to be a game management, a coaching kind of game for me. And I think D'Amico and Bobby are clicking on all cylinders. I'm glad Townsend punting the ball like that because I was concerned about that, man.
Man, special teams been looking weak, man. Frank Ross, what's up, baby?
And Frank Ross can't coach. He can't coach the punt or the boot it. Like I'll put you out there to boot it, dog. I'll put you out there to do nothing else.
But Sims back there, fair catching it on the 20 and trying to return it on the 8. Like, boy, man, what's going on, man?
He can't. Some of that stuff is stupid. You can't teach stupid. I don't understand what in it. Shit, hell, we had Robert Woods do it, bro. You've been in the league 50 years.
Right. You did some elementary. Hey, Robert made up for it though. Robert made up for it.
Hey, he did, but come on now, dog. Like I don't know what they got, what they sipping on, but that shit crazy.
Man, to tell even me being a lineman, I already know. I put my foot on the 10, baby. I put my heel on the 10.
I'm waiting. I might run to the sideline. Time to go.
Like, I got my heel on the 10. If it go over my head, I let it go.
You let it go. You might as well run to the sideline. If something happened, oh well, dog, it was a good punt. Call it a day, man. It's not gonna be off of my head. That's what's not gonna happen.
Right.
Nigga, y'all getting paid too much to make little league decisions. That's stupid. But yeah, dog. So let's close it out here. What are the 3 things we need to look for this week against the Packers?
Stopping Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love, he get a lot of attention, but Josh Jacobs is a bad boy. Pressuring Jordan Love, making him have to get off of his spot. He is athletic, but he's a guy who likes to be on his spot and get rid of the ball with timing and don't get beat deep. Don't get beat deep.
I like the pressure in Jordan Love because it continues a trend of something that we've already been doing. We pressured every quarterback we played against. Now, as we mentioned before in previous episodes, and we getting to them now. Like just because the offensive line at the Patriots seemed to be a lackluster offensive line, let's be clear. Will Anderson Jr. and Hunter have been getting to the QB that he did. They did it in the Vikings game, but the Vikings have a good
Bills game too. You just had big Josh Allen, Paul Bunyan.
Bills game, they played against one of the best offensive line. If you don't think the Bills offensive line is good, you're crazy because that's a solid offensive line. So we had to give credit where credit's due. They've been doing it. Now that steps, now the season's coming to them. Now you see everything's slowing down for them. Right. And then with the addition of Autry, I think that getting Love to move off the spot is going to be kind of crazy because he's running right into a killer. He's or hell, he'll run right into Petrie.
Right.
Petrie coming off the edge. And I think we'll see a lot of Petrie coming off the edge this week. They're going to Troy Polamalu Love into doing something. And that's when we just have to make those plays. Hell, we might see Jimmy Ward's growing act right this game, and he laid a boom on somebody.
Real. You know, and I know all of my keys were defensive, and that's because the Texans offense is really one of the top offenses in the league statistically, if you want to look at it.
Right.
And just talent-wise, if we do what we were supposed to do, just stay consistent, we'll be able to move the ball and control the game. You know, a lot of us getting beat has been turnovers and giving up big plays. So
exactly. You know. I think I would add one key to the game is the game management. We can't go into Green Bay and get flustered. The arena is going to be packed. I said arena. The stadium is going to be packed. It's going to be loud. We can't go up there and make the dumb game management things. I think it's happened pretty much every game this season. Like one instance where it's like, hey, whoa, why would y'all do that? Why don't we make a different decision? Something that you don't see from those vet head coaches. So hopefully we go into this game and kind of iron out those things. It's going to be 10. I think it's going to be like 10-3 going into the second half. There's going to be something like that. But we have to learn. And either way, it'd be 10-3. It won't be a wide margin by the second half. But I think that the Texans have the ability, a little bit more quick twitch ability to get out there, out the gate, and we go on to victory. I think.
And we'll go into depth later on in the week. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, we'll go into depth a little more in a week. But let's close it out, dog. This is a great episode. We talked a little bit about the Texans, recap the Texans versus Patriots game, went into how we thought we were going to do offensively, the next man up mentality with Mario Edwards being out and then Autry being in, and then our final thoughts. So you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. Hey, any social media outlet, look up Sports Social Live and we'll be on it. Sports Social TV on X and IG. I'm Lance Hayes.
I'm Jeremy Anajula.
We're out. Salute.
Peace.